The families of 8 of the victims killed in the crash of Singapore Airlines Flight 006 have filed the first lawsuit against that airline. Now, this action comes the same day that crash investigators are painting a very troubling picture of the airport in Taiwan where their loved ones died. Good afternoon. Once again, I'm Chuck Henry.
And I'm Michelle Ruiz. Our top story here at 4:30. They say it never should have happened. The relatives of victims of the Singapore air crash last October believe the airline should be held accountable. And they filed suit against the airlines for the loss of their loved ones. Channel 4's Laurel Erickson is here with more.
On the steps of the U.S. federal courthouse in Los Angeles, the families of the relatives aboard that Singapore Airlines got good news. In Taipei, a blistering report by crash investigators. The investigators said the pilots had been warned before takeoff to Los Angeles that a runway was closed. Investigators also said the pilots stubbornly refused to acknowledge their mistake. Broken lights and missing markers might have avoided the Singapore Airlines tragedy. The jet slamming into debris and exploding on takeoff last fall. That's what crash investigators in Taipei said today. The accident killed 83 people. Investigators say the Los Angeles-bound flight SQ-006 pilots ignored instruments that indicated the plane was on the wrong runway. This was what the Wu family suspected.
This was needless. I feel like our parents died a senseless death.
Sid Wu of Irvine lost his parents. His cousins lost their mother. Relatives of the Volan family today joining the Wus and Chungs to announce a lawsuit against Singapore Airlines.
That there were typhoon-like winds, that the rain was so severe that it was going sideways, yet the pilots chose, through the direction of the management at Singapore Airlines, to take off.
The family's attorney says Singapore Airlines put profit and greed before families and safety.
Ask questions of the pilots. Why is it that you didn't tell your supervisors that the weather was much too horrendous to try to fly?
Singapore Airlines said only we will await the final analysis before commenting further.
This is why we brought the suit, so that we could find out what happened and prevent it from happening again.
The family's attorney says the lawsuit will be filed in Los Angeles because the flight was bound here. Investigators in Taipei suggest the final investigation report due in December. Michelle and Chuck, back to you.